Hello everybody and welcome back to CodeVis, your number one learning channel for all things tech related. Now, in our last class we touched the CSS media queries where we built a website from start to finish. Then we applied the media queries to it so you guys could see the effects. But in this class, in this topic we're going to touch the CSS advanced hover effect. Now, we've actually talked about CSS hover effect before as part of the studio element. I've given you examples, but in this scenario now, we want to apply more finesse to our hover effect so that you can see how it can help you beautify your website or make it more interactive with just pure CSS, nothing else. Before I carry on, please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel so you'll be notified whenever we upload any new video. Also, please don't forget, hit that like button. That's the way you're showing us the best of support. And don't forget, you can comment, interact with us. You can reach out to us on our community platforms like WhatsApp. The link to it is in our description below this video. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask us. And don't forget, we also take on projects as well. If you have any website data analysis, UI UX, software development project, feel free to contact us. We'll help you out with it. So, without further ado, let's dive right into the course. So, as I was saying, this was the little web page we built in our last class. There's nothing too spectacular about the web page. It's just something that's very, very simple, nothing too grand like that. But the point of it was to apply the CSS media query, which is right here. And if you click on the device, it will immediately adjust itself. Let's go to the Samsung, right? No, it's this one. Exactly. We apply media query to this particular screen size. But like I said, we're not touching media query today. What we're touching is the CSS advanced hover effect. So let's do just that. Now, I want to show you what we are going to achieve by the end of this video. I want to show you what you'll be able to do by the end of this video. It's not too complex. Let's go to google.com. Then at google.com, search for build with Google. Yes, build with Google right here. Just search for this topic. You should see this site, build your future with Google. That is buildyourfuture.withgoogle.com. Now you can actually go to the site to learn a few things. It's a site that teaches you a bunch of free stuff, but that is not what we are on now. What I want to show you is their wonderful hover effect. You can see these other effects they have here, this beautiful effect whereby as you're scrolling down, the images enter. This is something you can achieve with JavaScript, which you will learn later on in the course. But what I want to show you right now is this effect right here. Now look at this, the hover effect right here. Can you see this? When you hover on top each of these elements here, it's the color changes. The color goes up, brings out the text. You can see clearly. It's a very beautiful, very interactive hover effect you can do for your website. Now this is what we are going to achieve by the end of this video. Now it is nothing too complex. Now I don't know what Google used to build or design this stuff in their web page, but I am going to achieve this exact same result using purely CSS. That is what we are going to achieve. So let's begin. So let's come back to and I'm going to use this web page for it so that we don't waste time. So let's come back to our HTML file right here. Nothing too complex, nothing too serious. We are going to come in between this web text and this web image. Yes, good. I'm going to come here and create a new div tag. I'm going to say dot outbox greater than P. Okay, let's say lorem here. Lorem 20. That's okay. Let's bring this down. Let's bring this guy down. Then before this P, I'm going to create the dot box text. I'm going to give it lorem 3. No, you know what? Fuck it. Oh, sorry. Pardon my language. Lorem 5. Better. Alright, so we have the outbox, the inbox. Okay, the outbox, the box text, the P tag, and last but not least, we're going to have a dot inbox. And nothing is going to be in this inbox, it's going to be plain. So create this first. Now, let's move on to the next part, the CSS. So this is everything we did for the for the media query. So let's shrink all that up. Shrink this up, shrink it up. We don't want it to show, we don't want it to bother us later on. Let's just shrink it all up. It won't take much time. Sorry. We don't have to send it from the media code, but I'm not going to delete my code as well. So let us indeed carry on. All right. Now, let's see our screen well. Good. So I'm going to create this comment here and call it CSS Advanced Hover Effect. And like I said, what we are going to achieve is what you see right here, but we're not going to, create more stretch over it. It's naturally not that hard to achieve. It's very easy. We're going to do it from start to finish for you guys. So you can see our text is here. The inbox and the outbox text we created is here, but they're not done. That is just the start. Let us carry on. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to style up our outbox, because that's the general container. So I'm going to come here and say .outbox. I'm going to give it a width of 400 pixels, a height of 400 pixels as well. I'm going to give it a margin. Yes, a margin. Top and bottom should be 50, 60 pixels. Left and right should be 20 pixels. Let's look how it looks like. Yes, it should give us a good space here. Whoa, that's a lot of space. All right, come here. We're going to say background color. I'm going to look for a dark brown color. So let's go with hash. Let's just say orange at first. Then I'm going to come here, click on this code. Yes, to get my hex code. Then I'm going to look for a dark brown color. I like this one. Yes, I like this one that is here. That should give us this. Yes, beautiful, beautiful. Let's see how this box looks like. Okay, should we give it border radius or should we wait? Let's achieve what we want to achieve first. Then you guys can give it border radius if you want to give it border radius. All right, let's carry on. So the next thing we're going to do now is we're going to style up this text in between it. Now remember, in the HTML we created a subsection inside it that is empty. We are going to make use of this subsection. All right. So now that we're done with this, what else do we need to add? Do we need to add anything else? Well, if I need to add anything else, we're going to come back to it. Let's go on. So now we're going to style up the two text that is there. I'm going to say dot box text. I'm going to give it a font size of 32 pixels. Color should be should be white for now. Let's look at it. Okay, that is good. Very good. Then yeah, I'm going to come down and say box dot outbox greater than p. I'm going to say font size should be 24 pixels, sorry, 18 pixels. Line height, we've touched line height before. Line height should be 24 pixels, and color should be white as well. Alright, this is very okay for me, but these two are way too close to each other, but we're still going to touch it. Now you can see I've not given it padding yet, so let's give it padding. Let's give it the necessary padding. So I'm going to come to box text and say padding of the box text should be 12 pixels left and top and bottom by 18 pixels left and right. And let's see how it looks like. Alright, this is okay. Let's give it one last thing. We're going to give it text align, center. Thank you very much. Let's do the same for this guy right here. So we're going to say text align center padding 12 pixels by 24 pixels left and right. Yes, let it come in. That is okay by me. So we've done this. Now for the final touch, what we are going to do is this. We're going to come here and target this guy called inbox. I'm going to say dot inbox should be width of 400 pixels, height of 0 pixels. No, not 0 pixels. Let's say width of 400 pixels. Let's say the width of the box should be 0 pixels for now, and height should be 400 pixels. Now give it a background color of orange. I'm not going to use orange. I just want to achieve a particular color. Let's use a darker okay, this is okay. Alright, now I'm going to finally I'm going to say transition 0.7 seconds. That's the unit I'm going to put there, so that it will affect whatever property I want it to affect. Now if I come back here, you won't see anything. We won't see the subsection, that is the inbox here. We won't see the inbox here that has this color or this height. So to do that, what do you have to do? We'll come and say dot outbox hover. Now we've touched this exact thing when we did CSS drop down, so I hope you guys remember it. Dot inbox. We'll come down here and say the width should move from 0 pixels to 400 pixels as well. And if you come back here, we have this effect. So you can see the first part of the effect. Now this is just to show you the first step. We have our box. You can see the width of it is, you know, extending up to the 400 pixels, but something is off, which is what? It is down. The box went down. You can see it from the height here. You can see it right here that this box went down, which is not supposed to do. It is supposed to be in line with its parent element here, and we have to make it align. So let's get that done. So what we have to do is we have to come to the inbox here and change its position to relative. The reason why I say relative, if we say position absolute, what was going to happen? Absolute. Position absolute, come here and say top 0 pixels. That would be the easiest thing to do in your mind. But if we come back here, where's the other effect? You can't see it. Do you know why you can't see it? Because it has gone to the top here. Can you see it at the top here now? Exactly. So that would be an error. That's why we can't use absolute. We have to use relative. And we say, what should you do? Look at it. It is still not down. So we have to. You can see that the top 0 pixels doesn't affect it at all whatsoever. So what you have to do is you have to minus. That is, we have to remove. We have to drag it upward. So we use a negative figure for that. I will say top should be 160 pixels. Come back here. Boom, it has gone up and it is covering the text, which is not supposed to do. But that is not the problem for now. The main thing first is to make sure it aligns properly here. So we still need more space. I'm going to say the top should be 160. Let's make it 190. And let's see how it looks. Close enough. Okay, let's say minus 220 pixels. Almost there. There's a little bit of it on top, so let's do 221. That's boom, perfectly aligned. We might still need to come and make corrections, but that's fine. We've gotten what we wanted here. But I made a mistake, sorry. Now this shows you the the normal effect we're already going to have, but it is not proper yet. We need to organize it. We need to make sure our text is in front of this box. You need to make sure this text is in front of the box and they are properly aligned. And if you notice, if you come to this hover effect here in this site, what do you notice? This middle text goes upwards. It goes up when you hover on top of it. So this is what we are trying to achieve. We're not going for half-baked. So let's carry on. So first things first, I'm going to say the width of this inbox should be 400 pixels. Why? Because in this site here, the effect went up, not sideways. Upwards. You can make your own go sideways if you want. I've showed you how to do it. It's actually not hard. But the height, however, should be 40 pixels, not 400. Now if you come back here to apply yet, it just look like this. Why hasn't it applied? Simple. Because of this guy here. You didn't change it in the hover effect. So let's change it here as well. We'll say height. And if we come back here, boom. Lovely. Very lovely. But that's not all. We still need to make it so that this text will show in front of the order of this box here. So we need to make this heading text show, and it should be in a different color entirely. So let's do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come to the box text and I'm going to give it a position of relative as well. Then z index is going to be 2. Remember, you can't apply z index unless you change the position of the element. Please remember that. So if you come back here, alright, our text is in front. but I want it to be down at the center. I don't want it to be up here. I want it to be down at the middle of this box. So we have no choice but to move it down. So to do that, I'll come here and target the box text, and I'll say move it away from the top by 40 pixels. Let's see how it looks like. Too small. Let's move it down more. Move it away from the top by 120 pixels. And let's see how it looks like. Boom, it's at the center. Not exactly at the center. Let's give it 160 pixels. Oh no, make it 180 instead. 180 pixels. A bit low, so let's go back to 160. Alright, I'm going to settle with this. Then we need to move this text behind it, the paragraph text here. Now, leave 160, make it 140. Perfect. Then now we're going to change the color of the text. So let's change this color from FFF, that's the white. I'm going to copy this color code that is here, and I'm going to paste it here. Now, if we come back here, our text disappears. Can you see the text is right here, but it disappears? So we need to change that. We need to make it so that it doesn't do that anymore. Wait, oh, I made a mistake, pardon me. I'm supposed to make it here, should be 400 pixels as well, but when you hover, it goes to 40. Exactly, it's supposed to cover it up. This is what we are supposed to achieve. Yes, my mistake, pardon me. So we need to move this text here down, and we need to make it so that when we hover on top, this our middle text will actually show in the background. It disappears here. So let's carry on. Again, we're not done. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to come over here to this outbox.p, and we're going to give it the same position relative. I'm going to say top, move it away from the top by 180 pixels. Let's start with 180 for now. Since we did this one 160, let's start with 180. And it's down here, way down here. That is too low. No, let's move it up. 180 to 120. Okay, perfect. But there's a problem. It is too close to this text right here. And I don't want to use margin for it. I don't want to use margin. I'm not going to use margin for it. Alright, and we're almost done, by the way. So you can see now, this is our effect here. The only difference is what? This little guy, this guy here, is not showing in this background. We need to make it change color. So what do? Easy. Come back here. We just got to say dot outbox hover dot box text. Color should change. Sorry, go back to the box text. Yes, and say color. Sorry, transition 0.7 seconds as well. So come here and say color should change to white, and we have this wonderful effect. Very nice, but we are not done. We need to make it so that this text also moves up. That is what we achieved here, right? Look at it, the text moves up from the middle. So we need to make it so that this text moves up as well, unfailingly. So let's do that. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to say the box text, this box text has a top of 140 pixels. So I'm going to say the box text top should be 120 pixels. Come down here and wonderful transition. Can you guys see it now? A bit slow, a bit not high enough. So let's just make a minor adjustment. We're going to go to this P tag here, make it 100 pixels exact. Perfect. Come here, I'm going to make it from 120 to 100 as well, and I believe splendid, very splendid. So this is our CSS advanced hover effect right here. There's not much difference from that with this, although there's still more effect that is here with the way you can see the way the text shows. It doesn't just, it's not really there, it appears there. We can still do that. We can say this P tag here, display none, Then we'll come here and say dot outbox hover p, right? Dot outbox greater than p. I'm not sure this will work. Display block. Oh no, that's not it. I think I made an error somewhere. It's not supposed to be like this, and I made an error. Pardon me. What we are going to do is we're going to come here to this display box, not display. We are going to use the property of visibility. I mean, should it be visible or not? Now we are not changing its position. We're not changing the way it appears. We're just saying let it not show and let it show. So visibility, we'll give it hidden. Yes, and we'll come down here and say let's target it properly. Remove this outbox here. Come here. Just say P. Visibility. Visible. That's all. And if we come back, beautiful. So you can see that the text disappears the moment we move our cursor. But we don't want that. So what we're going to do is we're going to say come here and add our very own transition as well, 0.7s, and it's almost like it's not disappearing. Okay, let's do something about that. Let's make it shorter, not 0.7 but 0.3. Come back here. 0.3 is still too short. 0.2. Okay, yes, it disappears now. And with that, we've achieved our CSS advanced hover effect, just like this site right here. Okay, almost like it though, but still this is pretty dope if you ask me. So you can do more of this kind of boxes here, so that when you hover on top of it, your website isn't boring when it comes to hover effect. It's not something as plain as this. No, you give it a little finesse here. You fine tune it so the website will stand out among others. All right, let's give it one last touch. I'm going to come and say dot outbox hover cursor pointer. This one is just for my sake. I wanted to change the cursor to change when we hover on top of it. So with that, you can see what we have there. This lovely effect right here. This is our CSS advanced hover effect here. So basically all I did was fine-tune my work. I just had to fine-tune the hover effect to make it have more flair, more finesse, more style to it, just like what you see right here. So you can see it's not that hard to achieve. Alright, with that we've come to the end of the video for today. I hope you liked it. If you liked it, please don't forget to, if you found this video informational, please don't forget to like our video and don't forget to subscribe so you'll be updated whenever we post a new video on our channel. Also remember, we take on web projects, we take on tech projects, web, software, UI, UX, data analysis. You call us, we're more than ready to help you out with it. Also, I forgot to mention this, don't forget to like and follow our social media pages. Please, we appreciate your support. If you do follow us, we do appreciate it. Alright, also don't forget, you can also reach out to us whenever. You can reach out to us. If you send us a message, we'll most definitely get back to you. You can join our community platform on WhatsApp so you can participate in our fun weekend tech quiz. Okay, with that, we've come to the end of the video. Thank you very much for your time, and see you in the next video.